Alright, today we got some massive drama because Bloxburg finally responded after everything that happened, and let's just say the response is pretty bad from what I've seen. But before, as per usual, if you're new here, we're trying to reach 10k by the end of the month, and we're so close, so please subscribe and let's get into the drama. Just to quickly recap if you aren't aware, like a week ago or so now, Bloxburg made an update where they essentially kind of ruined a lot of aspects of the game. They ended up making jobs pay less, and I think even made some stuff more expensive, which obviously was very annoying to a lot of people, and this backfired like crazy on Bloxburg, and the game got so much hate and it was involved in so much drama. There was protests happening in the game, some of the biggest protests of people saying the game needs to revert the update and stuff like that. Every single reply to their tweets has just been hate. The game's getting so much dislikes, people stopped playing. There's petitions made with like 10,000 signatures saying to remove the update. That's how serious this got. People are genuinely taking time out of their day to sign petitions and also protest in the game. It was actually insane what was going on, and the drama was so bad, and a lot of people thought that Bloxburg ruined the game. Now with that being said, like the same day that they released the update, or like I think a day after, they did respond with just like a long post essentially explaining the reason and stuff like that. And the response was kind of mid, they didn't really say anything, and everyone hated the response. But now finally, a week later, they put together a more, I guess, well thought out response, but it's not that good. The response is pretty massive, so I'm gonna read through every section and kind of break it all down right now, and kind of give you the gist of why it kind of sucks. So they started first saying, "Hey Bloxburgers," which is a crazy name, just side note, but we want to address the response for the recent update we launched. Firstly, we'd like to thank those of you who have played, and the new folks who have joined us since. Your feedback and support is incredibly important. We also want to thank you for the amazing content creator who worked with us on this update, and while they not be part of the development process, we're saddened to see some of the messages they've been receiving on social media. We feel incredibly lucky to have the community that we do, but please remember that there are people behind the screen, and we also have a small team trying to make Bloxburg the best place it can be. While your opinions and feedback are central to what we do, please be considerate of our team and the rest of the community. Which I do agree with, by the way. Like, that is a good thing to say, I think, because a lot of people have been attacking everyone talking about the update and just Bloxburg in general, and I think even like specific employees, which is pretty bad. I understand the update does suck, but like Team said, there are genuine people behind this, and a lot of the developers and stuff like that were probably ordered to do this update. It wasn't like their decision, you know what I mean? But even on a general scale, attacking the person and the owner and whatever is kind of messed up. Getting mad at the update makes sense, you know, voice your opinion on that, whatever, but getting mad at them and attacking them, you know, going further than that is kind of messed up, I think. And they continue to say, "We have also seen a lot of misinformation and confusion around parts of the update, so we want to address these, and also share more context of some of the changes and why we believe it's a great thing for the game," which already you can kind of see why people hate this update. They didn't say, you know, we're going to change anything or we're going to revert anything. They said that, no, we're doubling down, we believe in our update. Which, I mean, fair enough, they're standing on business, literally, but people aren't too happy about it. And they go to talk about every single aspect of the game and what the, you know, future is for it. So let's break this down. The first one being the most major one being job updates. We know some of you have noticed that some jobs are now paying slightly less than before, which I'm pretty sure it wasn't slightly less, I'm pretty sure it's a lot, but anyways, while other jobs are boosted since the August update, instead of the pay being based on each task you complete, it's based on your efficiency and your overall job experience. So the more you work, the more efficient you will be, the higher your overall job experience is, and the higher you'll get paid. Our economy was unbalanced to ensure the longevity of the game is needed, and will continue needed to be adjusted. The update also focused on increasing pay for less experienced players, which make it the majority of our player base. The rebalancing has lowered the time requirements it takes to achieve higher level job payments, especially in the pizza delivery track, which was the main job I think they ruined. Which is, I guess, kind of makes sense, but also with that being said, why the act like this is real life, you know what I mean? I think that's why people don't like it. See how real life works, you know? You work better, you get paid more, at face value. But people obviously don't want that in Bloxburg, just because you have to work more and do more effort and stuff like that. And also with that being said, I think another reason people are angry is it took people's pay away. So they already had super high pay and they're already super happy, and then that got taken away, and now they have to do more work to get it back. That's also another reason people hated it. But they continue saying that the majority of players will now have to earn more money faster as you progress through the game. Some players have asked why we didn't raise all job requirements or payments to match the highest paying ones. That'd be unimaginable in the long run and break the economy of Bloxburg. Ultimately, the changes were made to allow you to pursue many different careers and lay the foundation of the future job updates. We're also trying to launch a patch which improves the way we communicate how you're getting paid, such as highlighting your progression in a specific job versus overall progression, specifying which reward tracks in a specific job each, and more. So yeah, what they're basically saying here is just that, number one, they explained their update, and they said they're going to add stuff to make the update make more sense to players in the game, but they never said anything about reverting the change, which is what people really wanted. And that's going to be the future of Bloxburg. They heard the complaints, they heard all the drama going around, and they are standing on what they said. They're not going to revert the change or anything like that. They're just going to make it easier for people to understand, but it's staying the same, which is pretty awful, I think. Like, I guess I can kind of see why they're really doing this, you know, for the economy of the game and stuff like that, because it's super easy to make money right now. But also, like I said, it's a video game, you know, people want it to be easy. They don't want to actually, you know, work hard and stuff like that. They just want to have fun. And I think before it was a good balance of like kind of hard working and then fun, you know, it was a good balance. But now you actually have to work super hard in the game to get good pay to actually do the fun stuff, you know what I mean? it just seems kind of weird and bad. Also, I don't know why they would keep that update, but I mean, that's the future of Bloxburg, they're keeping it. And also, with that being said, they go on to do so much other points about other stuff of the update that a lot of people are also angry about, like the fees and stuff like that. But one of the biggest ones being the fainting system, which if you guys don't remember, they basically made it so when you faint in the game, which I think happens if you don't take care of your character enough or like feed them, you actually have to pay money now, like a hospital bill, which is insane, once again making it like real life. And they responded to this saying that we designed this to bring a touch of realism, depth and immersion to Bloxburg, which I don't think anyone wants. Correct me if I'm wrong, but me personally, and what I've seen from a lot of people, when they're playing a video game, you obviously don't want it to be like real life. You know, real life is already annoying to a lot of people. They don't want their games to reflect that as well. But they continue saying, it also gives a mood a reasoning for it existing, which was previously an unused system. Keeping your moves up is the base of any real life simulation game. Your moves don't go down and you don't faint if you're in the build mode, and you can use backpack items to increase your mood anywhere you are. With the patch we're launching, we also improve the way we communicate how low your moods are based on your average moods and add some notifications and stuff like that. So once again, they're not reverting anything, they're just saying they're going to make it more clear in the game. Which, to be honest, this one kind of makes sense. Like, to be fair, the feature was kind of useless, but also with that being said, I think people aren't so mad about the fainting part. They're mad about the fees. I think all they really have to do here is keep the fainting aspect. You know, maybe that's fine so people can like take care of themselves in the game. I mean, that is kind of annoying, but I guess if you want the realism, but then just make the fainting cost none or just super less. And I think they should also make it so when you faint, or how you faint is like not that, it doesn't happen that often, you know what I mean? Because it's so annoying for people to constantly be on top of stuff. If you just have to every once in a while eat some food and stuff like that, then it'll be fine. And then once again, like I mentioned, they keep going on about some other stuff and fees, but in general, for the most part, it seems like they're not changing or reverting any changes. They're kind of standing on what they said, and they're only going to add stuff to communicate it better rather than actually changing it, which is kind of bad response because people don't want the updates. They don't like the updates. They don't care about the realism or if it's hard to understand. They just don't like the update in the first place. So it seems kind of like a bad response here. And as you guys can see in the replies here, a lot of people are saying like, this is a bad response. You should listen to the community. But also with that being said, a lot of popular people got involved, like KreekCraft here, for example, saying, love it when developers communicate well. Really cool to see. Let's break this down. And he goes in depth about every single feature, which I'm not going to read out, but he kind of just gives his thoughts on everything. And in general, I think he also doesn't agree with a lot of this stuff. Because also with that being said, I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff can be avoided by game passes, which is kind of lame, making people pay. But to be fair, the game passes are always there, I'm pretty sure. They're not like a new thing, but it just makes it even more lame because the game passes are more useful now that they make everything harder. You know what I mean? It's just more pay to win. But in general, with that being said, the drama all gets worse just because people waited like a week now for Bloxburg to respond, and they finally did respond, and they're hoping this is going to be the big response of them finally, you know, reverting the changes and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the way they responded to the situation is kind of not what the community expected and wanted. People expected Bloxburg to respond saying, oh, we're going to shift the update, or we're going to change it, or get rid of it, which honestly, that seemed like the ideal situation. But as you can see here by the response, Bloxburg isn't doing any of that. They're basically just saying, here's the update. We know you don't like it. However, we're standing on that update. We're going to keep it there, and we're going to add more features to make it easier to understand. Which, besides like the whole deflecting part, I think it is good that they're adding some changes because I know a lot of people were confused. But in general, in my opinion, I feel like this is kind of a bad response. I do have respect for them for standing on, you know, their ground. It is their game, they can do whatever they want. And honestly, a lot of developers here would probably revert the changes just due to all the hate, but they're standing on it and what they said, which is kind of a bold move. Maybe in the long run, we're all going to look back at this and say Bloxburg was right. You know, for the future of the game, it does actually make sense. But right now, from what I'm seeing, it's only making the game worse, and a lot of people are very angry. And also with that being said, just in general, a lot of people are angry, not just at Bloxburg, but as you guys remember, they got bought out by a company a while ago. So a lot of people are getting mad at the company for kind of ruining the game now. Because for the first like year or so of owning Bloxburg, they were kind of chill, they didn't do anything. But now a lot of people are saying like, they're starting to add money hungry updates and stuff like that, kind of ruining the game. And a lot of people are not concerned for the future of the game, because the company is kind of showing that they're open to adding stuff that's pay to win, which is kind of concerning for the future of Bloxburg. And with that being said, if you enjoyed, check out to find out some more drama news. I'll see you in the next one.